Welcome back to the third station of UMRL in the winter season, and Happy New Year if you are seeing this. I also hope you had a nice Christmas. I didn't say that in any of the previous videos, but yeah, welcome to the new year, welcome to the season that this season, to the year that this season is named after. Last time out we were at Silverstone, and now we are at another historic venue at Suzuka circuit, of course iconic for being a figure 8 circuit, which will be more interesting in the race, because in the game you just ghost heading through that section. That means you can go into your rival and create some interesting overtaking opportunities into the following chicane as we watch the drivers go through the iconic S section of this track and into the hairpin, one of the overtaking opportunities, and then after that comes Spoon Corner, turn 13. Rather tricky spot, then followed by the chicane, by 130R, and then heading into the final chicane. And here in qualifying, Crustunet has set the fastest time. He is in third in the standings and took second place and the pole position last time out at Silverstone. And Guillermo and Seb are leading the championship for Etruria, the team that took over the spot from Squadra Delta Corse, and now the formerly worst team in the league is at the very top. Guillermo leads the championship and Seb is in second. They still have the special Christmas livery, and also the MP Motorsport still have the British livery, certainly because they wanted to, not because I forgot to change it. And it looks like Gyrozan is having some lag problems. Maybe I will have to remove him from the lobby and from the race, because it seemed like that in the connection check that we did already as well. Brolix is right here. He's racing for the first time, and he's the first 101st car that is racing this season. They're the only team that haven't scored points so far. The Stig is now only called Stig. That's a bit shorter still to say as a commentator. And Laguna now tops the timing table. Is he gonna get the first pole position of any driver around Suzuka circuit in this league? Piggy is back after a historical DNF at Silverstone. It was his first ever, and that at his first ever home Grand Prix, as Gyrozan has even left the game. I think he's having some problems, and Piggy as well. But anyway, we are on the final lap. Let's see who is going to end qualifying. Brolix will be first to cross the line, and then Stig and Kado. So we will see Piggy and Kado fight maybe at the top, as Laguna still is at the top. Let's see who's crossing the line. Alonso 33, someone you might know from the lobbies online, is also racing in the league for the first time. Fede F1 this time for the Levioso Sports Art team. He's raced for 3 different teams now in the first few rounds, but it doesn't look like too much has changed at the end. Laguna is still at the top. Crustunet's time from the very start of qualifying still stands. The Stig is in third. Aston Martin really seem to be the strongest team, but Etruria still lead the championship right now. Kado in P4, he had quite a disappointing qualifying last time out and didn't really make progress in the race as well. His teammate Gyrozan is in P5. He might be a bit too laggy, let's see. Brolix 6th for the 101st. Piggy in 7th position. Seb 8th, first of the Etruria cars, only in 8th this time. Nicholas is first of the Maserati 1 times in P9. Nikhil in 10th. Guillermo, championship leader, only 11th today. Toaster 64, 12th in the second 101st car. Malik is P13 only for MP Motorsport. He is in 8th in the standings and best of the MPs. Fede F1 14th for Levioso. Alonso 33 in his first ever qualifying in P15, and Frimpong only 16th with Hero for Jaguar now in P17, and it looks like Pigeon just joined. We line up to race in the land where the sun rises first. How do we say that in English nicely? I don't know. The front row, Laguna and Crustunet heads into the first corner first, and the race is on, and Crustunet immediately goes around the outside of Laguna and takes the lead away. Kado is in third and tries to get up into second place. Stig has not had the greatest of starts, as has Laguna. No, let's hope that he stays at the front this time around as we go into the hairpin, and also Ghost right here as Kado takes a very strange line through the hairpin, maybe a bit of lag, and that allows Crustunet to retake the lead immediately as we climb up the hill towards 130R. Kado on the soft tires, getting very close to the back of Crustunet and alongside as we head down the main straight for the second time, and Brolix is now in P3 and disappears. What's going on? The map was kind of glitched. Let's hope that there won't be any HUD problems as much as last time out, and still it's wheel to wheel between Kado and Crustunet down the inside. Maybe Crustunet braking very cautiously into turn 11, and Brolix still staying behind there, quite relaxed. Seb has had a good start as well. Laguna down to P5, and Malik is in P6. Piggy down in 13th position, as there are still cars that keep disappearing into turn 1. They keep disappearing because the maps tells them that they're lapped. But anyway, Driverzone is in P7. It looks like he's doing fine in terms of lag, as Seb is making some mistakes, and Malik now climbs up the order and down the inside. What? Driverzone with a crazy maneuver and puts Laguna right into the melee that is going on in the lower top 10 positions. And that's how you drop down to P... What was he? He was P11 for a short moment. Now down P15. What's going on? Kado is taking the lead now. Brolix also slips through. And Crustunet down in third. They might just take the slipstream away from the Frenchman, from the champion of the summer season. It all seems a bit twitchy today. Not the least laggy race we've ever seen, as Crustunet kind of just passes Brolix on the straight. And we go into turn 1, one by one. Behind it's the fight for 4th position, which Seb is leading. Frimpong's also had a great start. Oh, and there's someone gone off. It's Brolix. It looks like a disconnect for our driver from the 101st. What's happened there? Oh, and that's not too safe of a rejoin. I don't know, but he's now kept going, and Laguna has also once again headed off, and he's down in last position. And also Stig, who started in 3rd, this time had a terrible start. Kado and Crust are running solid in 1st and 2nd. The challenger versus the champion, and some of the others are struggling way down. Piggy, our reigning champ, has now made slight comeback. He's still pretty much in the middle in P6, so in the middle of the top 10. Jarazan in P7, and Nicholas now diving up the inside, but has to go the long way round at the chicane and at the last corner. And Guillermo, championship leader after 2 rounds, is also in there. Let's check in with the top 2. Everything still stays as it is. Of course, Crustunet will stay on this compounded tire for a longer period of time. Softs last 8 to 12 laps around Suzuka, 10 to 14 for the mediums, and 13 to 17 for the hards. So let's see. Maybe at some point, if Kado stays out for a long amount of time, Crustunet will get past. As now Kado already has to defend in the hairpin. Crustunet almost goes to the inside for a spoon, but that straight isn't really straight, but curved to the right hand side. And Seb is now alone in 3rd, as there's a battle between Piggy and Frimpong for 5th position. Ghosting, and now going into the pit lane. And Ghosting there as well. Oh, and now down the straight there, still Ghosting. That's Nicholas fighting Gyrosan, and Gyrosan slips through because Nicholas went too wide in turn 2. And also Guillermo goes up into 5th position. Yeah, Gyrosan I think has raced once so far for Hurricane Racing Team at Spain and took P12 there. But he was leading the race for a long time, I think. I didn't... I always thought that Figueroa and Gyrosan are the same thing. But no, they're just two very specific names that are written in lowercase. Yeah. So Kado is now pitted. He's right behind his teammate. There won't be too much fighting going on, or will it? Kado kind of outbraking himself. Oh, and there you can see a bit of lag from Gyrosan. It still exists, at the very least. And now there's almost only medium tire drivers inside the top 10. Kado has once again gone for softs, and Fede F1 is still running on hards. And yeah, of course, some have picked mediums for their second stint. Some are still going. As Gyrosan also pits, and something is messed up here with the order. But yeah, we're doing fine. We're back at the top. Seb, for now, is in 2nd position. Let's see where Guillermo's gonna finish. The Etrurias have gained a lot of positions in these first 2 rounds. Guillermo 10 positions from the start in, overall, and Seb has gained 12 positions. But Piggy is right behind a man that's in 2nd in the Drivers' Championship right now. And let's see what he's going to do. Maybe now down the back straight. He's gonna have to fight both of the Etrurias at the same time. Or maybe not, because Seb now chooses to go... no, Guillermo now chooses to go into the pit lane. Seb, of course, has already pitted. And Crustunet has done so too. He still stays behind Kado, because of course the undercut with the soft tires is quite powerful, so it's pretty good that Crustunet can still be there and be within a second. It will just come down to strategy. We have a chance of rain today as well, 10%. And now Piggy tries to go down the inside, pretty easy for him. In the first 2 corners, Seb doesn't really try to compromise his racing line a lot there, but he now shoots ahead again, heading out of the S's. And now Gyrosan has DNF'd from the race. Was it lag? Was it a disconnect? Did he do it himself? I'm not sure. And now he's the fight for the lead, crossing it on the medium tires. Is he really trying to overtake him? Or just staying as close as he can? He holds the fastest lap right now simply because of the slipstream. But he's certainly got the potential. And Kado now messes up in the hairpin, takes too tight of a racing line that's suited to the layout of the tarmac. And Crustunet goes around the outside. As Brolix now takes the fastest lap away with a time that's faster than Crustunet's time from quali. Oh, and Piggy's actually behind. No, oh, sorry, that's Mike. Piggy was kind of skipped in my ranking right here. But now the second MP Motorsport is also trying to get past Frimpong. Frimpong is in P12 right now in the standings. And Nicholas is here on softs too. He won at Spain. He took 1 podium last season. And Guillermo now is being listed as 15th. No, that's not true. He's in P8. 9th is Pigeon. Wow, nice race from him, starting at the very back in a race where we have 18 drivers. So the maximum, because there's just 9 teams, and then myself and maybe a co-commentator or not. And now that's a nice stage where I can now finally advertise in the race and not forget towards the end, until the end. Yeah, if you want to commentate or edit any of our videos, help with this league or other leagues, then feel free to join our Discord. And of course as well, if you want to race with these people right here, as we now see Nicholas dive up the inside at 130. Yeah, they ghost and go through each other, and Nicholas takes the inside line for the chicane too. That was a nice pass, but he goes into the pit lane. Let's see what's going on at the top. Kado once again has taken soft tires. And Seb now in her second for now. Crusnet's also still running. I think he's got 1 lap fresher tires than Seb behind him. And Kado now with a 8-second gap to Crustunet before Crusnet's second pit stop. Good race for Guillermo and the Troyer again. Stig is still down in P10. Old mediums right now. Ferry F1 in 12th. He's been quite impressive as well, taking 1/7 and 1/6 position in his 2 races. And now it's his third for a third different team. And we see Brolix and Alonso. We haven't seen Alonso in the race really. Fight for 7th. Down the straight we go, with Malik right behind them. Now Alonso is having to defend, but Malik just goes down the inside and around the outside at the S's, but it gets pretty difficult to pull off a move there. And actually Alonso ends up at the back, and Nicholas now is right here. And now passes Malik at Spoon for 7th place. Nice moves by Nicholas. Crustunet and Seb are still on their second stint. Kado's already caught up by about 2 seconds, I think. And yeah, for this race, I didn't ask the drivers to answer any questions, because they did something quite interesting already themselves. Glow started in the media channel by ranking his top 10 ever, and it might just be interesting to see how the drivers ranked themselves and what their top 3 GOATs of this league so far are. But for now, let's watch Crustunet go into the pit lane. He goes for mediums again. Looks like they're all going for the same compounded tire, but Kado's got a different calculation on his mind than the ones around him. And Crustunet now is 2 seconds behind Kado for now. Let's see. He is rapid, even on the worst compounded tire. He didn't want to attempt an overtake really so far, but at some point he will have to do it towards the end, and it's gonna boil over at some point, maybe or maybe not. Kado will be wishing that it won't. Guillermo also pits, but yeah, Glow's top 3 ever were Kado, Piggy, and Laguno. That's the quite a common ranking. Kado and Piggy almost always share the top 2. Then there's some kind of Russian name. I'm not sure who that is. It's Skibidi. Skibidi says Piggy is the GOAT, and Kado is in second, and Laguna is in third. And Oski says Piggy, Kado, and Laguna as well. Matt says Piggy is the GOAT, ahead of Kado, and Crustunet is the third best. He also ranked himself 4th, and then Laguna 5th. And Pigeon said the top 10 are Nicoretta in P1, Mad Max in second place, and Albon in third. I don't know who exactly Nicoretta was, but Mad Max is kind of a meme now, I think. And also Albon just raced at Valencia. I don't really understand, but that surely was the most interesting ranking, as we now see Crustunet make the pass around the outside of the kink that is turn 12. And now he's taken the lead. Will they go until the end on this set of tires? No, Kado won't. He will still have to do another stop and make a comeback towards Crustunet, who will have to stretch out this stint towards the end of the race. It both looks to be very calculated. Which will win out? And will it just come down to race pace? Yeah, Crustunet seemed to be very impressive, even though he was on the worst set of tires. And he now, ended up ahead of Kado before his last spot. Was this the crossover point where Crustunet now has managed to get the grip on the trophy? Seb now is in second. And oh yeah, Kado's already up to third again. Where's P? Did he just disappear in the HUD? I'm not sure. And he's 6 seconds behind Kado, so he won't interfere right here. But Seb still is kind of a blockade between the two contestants for the win. Let's see, Kado has not won since... wow, has he even won last season? No, he's not. He's not won since the Niagara Falls, where he took his championship. And then, of course, took kind of a break as Piggy was dominating season 2. And now he's also having Crustunet compete for that. And Seb also seems to be in there for now. Maybe it will stay like this. Guillermo's also in the top 5, and yeah, that's the top from the Drivers' Championship and the 2 champions that we have right now. That's exactly what we want to see in this 3rd season. Malik still holds 6th position. Pigeon now has managed to fight his way past all that huge pile of cars. Alonso now once again is top of that, and now he's also ahead of Pigeon. Brolix and Nicholas are still fighting through Spoon, outside, inside. Many switchback opportunities around this track as it seems, but now we will have to take a look back at the front. Oh, or maybe not. Kado was just within 7/10 of Seb. Maybe there's been some mistake by the man from France. And it is still 5 seconds between Crustunet and Seb. Crustunet now in clean air. Which is not necessarily an advantage compared to being in the slipstream of a champion with soft tires. But 5 second gap speaks volumes. And also what a performance by Seb. He must be under pressure at this point too. Same strategy as Crustunet now. Oh, his Kado goes very wide on the exit of Spoon. And Piggy will now also bag his first bigger points of the season. He's just got 1 so far. Laguno. I was just watching Laguno again because there's some strange things going on. But what a mess once again from him. P1 in qualifying and last in the race. If that's true, he's just going around the last few positions here in the HUD. Kado won't pass Seb even, as it seems. We're on the last lap of the race. And Crustunet, who has won the last 2 races of last season. And now he's taking a slight break from winning in the first 2 rounds. He's in 3rd in the championship right now. But let's see how he's going to look after this one as he crosses the line and wins for the 3rd time in the Ultimate Mobile Racing League. He wins as the first driver in Japan. Seb takes 2nd place for Etruria Racing Team and keeps the championship lead for them, I think, because it's 3rd position for Kado. Messed up the strategy, as it seems, and Crustunet's pace was mighty on the mediums. Piggy takes P4 and Guglielmo 5th, so Etruria scoring big points, while Stig doesn't even finish inside the top 10, but still takes 1 point for 12th position. Fastest lap goes to Brolix. It is P6 for Malik. Now finally some bigger points for MP Motorsport. Nicholas 7th, best of the 1 times. Pigeon 8th with a nice race from the back of the grid. Fede F1 once again taking solid points for his 3rd different team. Brolix 10th and the fastest lap. Frimpong is P11 after having a nice start and a nice middle of the race. He slightly dropped back behind that pack again. Stig is also now ahead of Alonso. Nickel in 14th, dropping down the order a bit in the race. Toaster 64, only in P15. Hero 16th. Laguno in P17 after starting on pole position. And Jarrison with the lag not finishing. Etruria was leading 1 and 2 in the championship, but Crustunet now has jumped both of them to take the championship lead by 3 points over Seb. Guillermo is in P3, then it's quite a big gap back to Nicholas in 4th. F1 fan, the Stick, only takes 1 point today and therefore is only in 5th. Malik 6th, best of the MP Motorsport still. Fede F1 with an impressive rookie season so far. He's just ahead of our first champion, Kado. Nomskar, aka Bomb, still in 9th with that 1/3 place, and Piggy now has made it into the top 10 and kicks out our pole sitter from today, Laguno. Etruria outscore the Astons for the 2nd consecutive time. MP Motorsport is still a long way back and just 4 points ahead of Maserati 1 time, as LSA rounds out the top 5 after the Japanese Grand Prix. And we will see you next time as we head to the Temple of Speed in Italy.